Yes, I do.
Yes. Welcome back. We're back to Triple Threat Retics, the Retic Rebellion Podcast. It's a mouthful, but we're back. Them girls are out.
Goddamn haters, bruh.
Let's
now hold on. We got a shit ton of people in the comments already. Let's go.
All right.
Chucky, you know me better than that.
All right.
This fucking guy.
All right.
Here we fucking go. D's, what's good, bro? Long time no see. We've had this argument before, so this should be a fun one.
Nice. I like it. Are
again.
we hat backwards or hat forwards kind of guy tonight? I think we're hat forwards.
Yeah, we'll go forwards.
I think we're hat forwards.
Amber, yeah, I feel like I'm going to get outnumbered on this one, but it's all right. I beg to differ. That absolutely not. Maybe in very specific situations, but absolutely not. If there's a will, there's a way. Yeah,
I mean, well, we're going to get into it a little bit. Like, what is a hybrid? Are we classifying like what we do with the dwarfs, super dwarfs, and mainland retics as doing hybrids? You know, we got some directions to flow tonight.
Yeah. No, we got some interesting conversations and some things to bring up.
Yeah, like my Ackies are hybrids, I guess. They're yellow reds or whatever. Are those? Do you hate those too?
Well, I guess that gets into that video that I made earlier this week. I don't know enough about Ackies. Are reds and yellows found in the same area? Are they natural intergrades or are they hybrids?
Dude, you're talking to the wrong guy.
So that's where this gets really interesting, and a lot of people don't understand the difference between a hybrid and a natural and an intergrade. So, like the snake I used on camera in that video is a natural intergrade. So that's where the California king and the Mexican black king cross at the borders, have babies. It happens in nature, right? That's natural. It's a natural hybrid. It's like the cow king to corn snakes type hybrids that I can't fucking stand. So everybody in the comments, pro hybrids,
raise your hands.
Pro literal hybrid where it's a fucking abomination, or are you pro intergrade? Like bat eaters, natural intergrade. Those, I mean, I'm still not a huge fan of intergrades happening in breeding, but whatever.
Okay. How do you feel about burn balls? I know that's going to come up in the comments somewhere.
Why? Why?
Right there. The very next comment.
Amber. Are the future of the berms. What are you guys trying to do? You're making a Temu version of the super dwarf reticulated python. That's all you're doing.
Intergrades are hybrids?
Technically, yes. Technically.
But not all hybrids are intergrades.
Natural intergrades. Right.
Natural intergrades. Yeah. All right. I like it.
I mean, you can't say they crossed naturally, bro. They were brought to an area that they don't exist in.
Yeah. I mean, again, I want to know, like, so what's your like least favorite hybrid? Like, what's the one hybrid you hear of or see of? It's got to be the California one you were talking about?
That's one of them. So I guess let's get into the bigger topic of like when you were asking backstage, why do I not like hybrids? The Tessera corn snake is going to be a good talking point here. Going all the way back, it's been topic of conversation that may be a hybrid. It may have been a king snake, corn snake cross. If it was, somebody didn't do their fucking documentation right, and we have a very popular morph in the trade that's now going to be labeled a hybrid. That's unnatural. It's muddied waters. It's not pure. It's not a true corn. It's not a true king. It's an abomination. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So hybrids done correctly, I guess, could be cool, right? But how many responsible keepers are there out there that are actually going to follow it? Dees is a great example. He's going to do it right. But he's not going to be able to 100% vet everybody he's selling them to. And eventually lines are going to get crossed and the pure guys are going to get fucked over down the road because somebody's not going to say something.
Okay, so that's it's them. Not possibly. Them are getting mislabeled. Things getting mislabeled or whatever is the bigger issue. Muddying up pure localities and lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, which I've seen it happen where you've got dudes that work on pure lines, especially in colubrids, right? This is a big thing in colubrids with pure lines. And I mean, it's just, I guess, just as big of a fucking thing in retics where you have a pure line and people don't want those lines muddied. And somewhere it's going to happen if hybrids keep getting pushed out. There are hybrids out there that are similar that are going to get mistaken for a pure and it's not. I've seen corn king crosses where if the person wasn't responsibly labeling them, you wouldn't know unless you know exactly what you're looking at. I mean, you have to know 150% what you're looking at. And D, stop bringing in other damn animals because we actually have a young enough industry that if we weren't doing the abominations, we wouldn't have to worry about it. Dogs, cats, chickens, fucking all this other shit has been around and bred for so long. Of course they have fucking hybrids. So why can't we keep our shit pure? Why can't we keep our animals pure? Now, in necessity, we'll get into that, I'm sure, down later in the podcast. There may be a necessity, but for now, why?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, but you're good with natural integrades. So that's cool. In a sense. Okay. How about you, Bill? How do you feel about hybrids?
I don't really have a lean one way or another. I mean, I guess I agree more with Levi. The natural integrades are definitely okay in my book. The crossing of an Asian snake with a snake from another continent or something that would never actually happen, I'm not so for, I guess. Not really against it. I mean, I think they look really cool, so they're cool to look at, but.
And who are you talking to? Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I had them in the shop before. We had ball pythons that were crossed with a blood python, and couldn't get rid of them. Couldn't sell them, no matter what we dropped them to. Nobody wanted them, man. And it surprised me because I thought they were so cool when I got them, but I ended up returning them all to the breeder. I just couldn't move them. Nobody wanted them. I couldn't sell them.
You had some Angolan balls too, right?
No, I had Angolans, straight a bunch of Angolans run through the shop.
Yeah, I thought you had.
I love those. That's probably my second favorite snake.
The Angolan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too totally against the hybrid thing, I guess. I don't do it, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to throw like a super dwarf retic with like my ball pythons every now and then. Nothing's ever come of it or ever happened, but I mean, that's about the extent of my hybrid thing. I don't do it, but I don't really care or hate on anyone. I don't care either way on it, to be honest. I like to look at them. I think it's cool. I mean, in my head, I'm kind of like, what would that look like? But I'm kind of like an old Dragon Ball Z guy with like the fusions and stuff, and then you get a whole new thing. So that's kind of like what I'm chasing. Like, what is this new thing? I want to see it. So it's my curiosity that chases my, I guess, interest in hybrids.
Right. Why do we? I mean, we don't have to, but I think, in my opinion, the better thing is to keep things pure. I'd like to see things stay pure for the sake of, the purists that are out there.
Yeah. I think, pures, obviously, it depends on like what we're talking about. If you're talking about like North American species and stuff like that, where you can pretty much insert new genetics, new bloods, and stuff like that, it's probably a little bit easier to keep things pure until those natural populations, deplete too much. But when it comes to these retics, there is no new blood, so it is kind of like a weird thing. At what point do we kind of have to throw out like the pure thing for the betterment of like the animal's genetics stability wise, mixing Madus with Karampas and Karampas with Kalatoas and all the way around, and then the old school bloodlines with them and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think it's today. I mean, that's going to probably get us a few cool comments later, but I'm just, I have to throw it out there. Eventually those genetics are going to bottleneck unless you're a person that believes those genetics have already bottlenecked and, through the evolution of those animals.
Right. Which is, I mean, that's definitely going to be a thing for down the road, right? I don't think we're there yet. And I don't think that our generation will see it where hybrids are a forced thing to bring in new blood.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think, again, when it comes to the dwarf and super dwarfs things, I think they're a whole separate conversation for so many different levels and stuff like that. But I can understand the colubrid thing. To be honest with you, I don't think like the hybrid colubrid thing is all that interesting, but I'm not that big into the colubrid things. But I do like the python hybrids. To be honest with you, the burn balls do look pretty cool. As far as like their temperament or whatever, I think that's just, those can be one-off situations, but they do look pretty cool. Bat eaters look pretty cool. The super Timors looks pretty fucking cool.
We tried pairing a super dwarf female to a male dwarf berm, but didn't have any luck with it. He was scared. But we tried,
Yeah.
Right. I'm not even gonna fucking touch that comment with that last part of that one.
I didn't even. All right.
It fucking last part of that. We're not opening that fucking door. Yeah, which I agree. 100%, right? With the Lacey Act, there's going to be a need for it down the road. But again, back to that, the responsible portion of it, right? And this is where it gets sticky, right? Like I'll comment on the first part of whatever that dude's comment was. Keeping things pure, right? For the purists and people that want to keep things without playing God, if you will. I think that's pretty fair to ask people not to hybridize things because irresponsible keepers are out there. And there's so many examples of irresponsible keeping and the things that happen that if we allow this to be the norm and just an open thing, like, oh yeah, I breed hybrids, it's just like a whatever, shrug the shoulders off, move on about the conversation. Like it's absolutely nothing. Like there's a huge responsibility that goes into that, tracking, paperwork, making sure that things aren't getting mixed that shouldn't be mixed. And that's really where my argument comes from. That's why I say just keep things pure. The standard conversation is we keep things pure. And then the hybrids really should be like almost the under the table thing for the responsible keepers. The ones that are going to track everything, the ones that are going to do the right thing and make sure that other people's lines aren't getting fucked with in the process of doing this. Because again, there's going to be mixed bloodlines out there that get out and you're not going to be able to fully see 100% of it. And you've worked your whole life to keep these things pure. Eventually you got to bring in new ones, right? You can't just keep doing the same thing, which I know it sounds like I'm counter arguing myself, but I'm not. Like working with corns, right? Let's say the Tessera is a hybrid and this entire time it has been, it's like, that would be crushing to a lot of people that have worked with the Tesseras and they're pure corns. A lot of good lines are out there, Yeah.
I get it.
And then some would say, are hybrids still worth, are they still going for higher dollar? I know some of them were like, it depends on what you bred. Some were like super high dollar and then some were like worth nothing, because some people saw it's that, again, view. Some people find them worth money. Some people find them to be not worth money because they're mudded up.
Yeah, I honestly think it depends on. I think it depends on what they are, how they're marketed. Marketing is a huge fucking thing with it. So I think some of them, go for a high dollar and fly off pretty quickly for that high dollar because they're also there's a thing to it being a one-off. It's like getting a first edition of something or whatever, because there's probably not going to be this thing again. So there is a little bit of that like FOMO or like scarcity of availability that has them move pretty quickly. In my opinion, I always see them move quite quickly for a decent price, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely more like when you see stuff mixed with ball pythons, they're more than a normal ball python. So, you know, it's how are you gauging it? Is it more than what?
Well, like I said, I had some, and I put them online. I did everything, man, and I could not move them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not an automatic thing that people, I think it's more of a specialty type person that wants one. Your typical person strays away from it in the store anyway. I mean, I had them there for months, guys, months.
Yeah.
Couldn't sell a single one.
no, I'm not gonna lie. There's been some that have been made where I'm like, damn, that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
But
were they?
it's
I mean,
the conversation that's happening in the chat right now that, yeah, tracking, documentation, all these things, but we know damn well that doesn't happen. That's the problem. And I know I'm not alone in this argument. I'm not on an island. It's me versus all the hybrid people. I mean, obviously I'm outnumbered right now, but I know a lot of people feel this way, where there's just not enough responsible keepers to do the hybrids.
well, like with me, I don't think there's enough like knowledge of what happens with these animals. Like when you're mixing shit with the Burmese python, like how big are these animals? Like what is this animal that we have now made? What's it going to be? What do we have? How many of these animals have been produced to even say like to put like, oh, they only get this big or that big, or they only get this heavy, or you know, whatever. There's just, that's the thing that's a little nerve wracking. It's definitely like exploring a little bit uncharted waters.
Right. Oh man, that's a tough one, Todd. I mean, technically the hybrid would not count, right, for the interstate travel. So that's a tough one. I mean, bat eaters. There's been a couple of burn balls I've seen where I was like, damn, that's cool. I just don't understand the point in it. I mean, I guess, do they shrink?
That's what my question.
That's how much I don't care about hybrids. I don't even look into them, especially
burn
like
balls average 6 to 9 foot.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So you're making a super dwarf essentially, just not the same, right? So king corn crosses, I've seen a handful of them where if they weren't labeled, you wouldn't know that the pairing was a king to a corn. I mean, unless you dude, you got to look at it with a microscope. You got to know down to the nittiest gritty of the head shape, down to the nittiest of the gritty of the fucking scale count, man. And again, even as like a purist lover, you're not really, that's not your first concern, right? Is to get all the way down to the very nitty gritties of it and start really examining the animal to make sure it's not a hybrid, right? And if it becomes a common and more common and more common, yeah, eventually it will become a thing. But I don't feel the need that should be a thing, right?
Yeah. Dozens and dozens have been made. That doesn't seem like a lot. Dozens and dozens over 30 years. That's not a lot.
It could be a lot though, right? Because what if those lines are out there and they're
not if you said hundreds,
again,
hundreds over 30 years, then yeah, now you've established quite the database there. But dozens over 30 years is kind of, I don't know, that's considered a lot. It's not a lot to me, but that's relative to who's thinking it.
Burn balls are restricted, like state rights.
For sure.
Oh, are they really? Okay.
Yeah. Like a lot of those Lacey species, if they're hybridized, are still a part of it. But yeah, I mean, just out of curiosity, like burn balls, how does that go? Is it a male ball with a female Burmese, or is it the other way? Like, how does that work? I'm always curious, like how are these pairings happening? What's the mom? What's the dad? Usually,
I think it's a male to a male ball to a female berm, if I'm not mistaken.
Male ball, yeah. Those fuckers will fuck anything, man. That was my issue. That was my issue. Is I was trying to put a male retic in with a ball python female. I should have done it the other way. Probably would have happened.
Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Let the burn balls just be a thing. Fuck
let them be their own thing.
Just don't leave retics the fuck alone. I'll shut the fuck up. All right. Look.
Oh, sick. That's gonna be super cool.
Over multiple countries. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy, the 6 to 9 foot thing with those. That's wild. But it is like completely two different species, so it's a little bit different, I think, than the shit that we're working with. But it's very interesting. Damn. Yeah, dude, male ball pythons, they get it done.
Yeah, well, male retics too.
Nah, not mine. And they definitely were fucking. I've seen them. They just weren't fucking ball pythons. They're snake racist or something. I don't know.
Copper.
Specifically with the balls. I know they're out there. I've seen some retic balls or whatever. But pretty old archive pictures, it seems like. So
yeah, and I didn't want to ignore this one. I meant to touch on this Kiju. Jake, elaborate on that. I don't know anything about this. Do you guys?
Does this have to do with like the like bat eater shit?
Retic balls haven't been made.
Are you sure? Did I get one guide?
This is Timor retic hybrids.
Those are sick. Yeah. The Super Timor was a pure Kalatoa to a Timor that I thought were pretty sick. I did think those were cool. For sure.
Retic localities as, are you going to post a second comment, D? Jake said nerd was fucking with people on the...
I did get one guide. Thank you, Jake.
On the subspecies, just like they did with...
Sweet. So they haven't been made, right? That's what he did say. They haven't been made?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
The Baltics were actually golden child jungles. Okay.
That
makes sense.
I can see that now that you said that. That's kind of exactly what they look like. That's why I thought they were fucking going to be kind of cool. Because I was super big into golden childs when I got into these.
And see, D's got a point too, and something I was thinking about before we got onto the stage. I've been running this through my head. Is that, I mean, isn't a technically at the end of the day, I mean, integrate or hybrid, naturally occurring or not, is a super dwarf to a mainland a hybrid?
I mean, everyone would agree. I kind of lean and agree and think that they are, but to what extent of a hybrid? I mean, it's not, to me, that's not like a dramatic hybrid, like a burn ball or, even a bat eater, in my opinion, is a little bit more, it is more dramatic than like the super dwarf mainland crosses. The only thing is, you got, what is it? Mayaho python, and then you have the Jampionus, so there are subspecies. Technically they are subspecies.
Okay.
But
now I guess the other question I have is, anybody ever done a narcropsy? It's not an autopsy for reptiles, it's a narcropsy, right? I'm saying that right?
What's that?
A narcropsy? That's what's done on reptiles, right? It's like an autopsy just for reptiles.
Oh, necropsy?
Necropsy, there you go. Has anybody ever done some on these hybrids that have passed away just to see what differences are made organ-wise, spinal-wise, brain-wise, to see if there's any kind of deformities? I mean, before, obviously, because it's fuck these sitting here putting us on game. It's been being done for long enough that, if it does get any more popular, if it were to get to the point where it's like everybody starts doing it, are there any repercussions that we're aware of?
Like genetic wise, like are you trying to say like when you mix like two spiders, like is there like going to be some sort of issue popping up between mixing two species?
Yeah, or like, is it possible that the animal's surviving, not thriving, that they're uncomfortable because their organs are displaced, anything like that, right? Just playing with things that don't occur in nature.
I would have to defer to D's. Every time you say D's, I want to say D's nuts so bad. I said it. I finally got to say it. But I wanted to say it like 17 times already this episode. So I'm glad I was able to get that off my chest. I felt like I was about to explode.
I was waiting for someone to say it. He's been in
All right. Yeah.
Been in our he was D's was a huge supporter of Sex and the Flexing. That's my dog.
Hey, that's my argument. Like every time with why I don't think anything's going to happen with like SDs and the reclassification or genetics and how the size thing works and all that stuff. Like it's exactly, there's just not enough money in it to really research and improve it. So we just get to all be one guide or one guy each other or say our opinions and build our little cults. That's like would be my thinking because a lot of the mammal like hybrids, like a mule, for instance, they're sterile. So I would always think like most hybrids would be sterile. Aren't ligers sterile as well?
Dan said, "Wake up, fool!
Wake up, fool!"
You know what? We got to get D's on. D's, we gonna talk. Fucking me and Chris are supposed to interview. It never came up. I don't think we got it to happen. But
dude,
talking about a dude that's got a fuck ton of knowledge in his head. That I mean, D's, you're popular, but like you stay low key, right? Are we 100% sure they're appearing? No, just a fuck. Oh man, that comes down to like where you get them from. So like if I go out looking for California king snakes and I'm in the Phoenix metropolitan area, we'll just use Maricopa County. I'm not necessarily worried about an intergrade. Actually, I lied. I am. There was a fucking intergrade posted to go for king cross that nobody really knew the difference in, except for like when you zoomed in and again looking at the head structure, scale count. Some very in-depth things, but I mean, outside of that, like, just depends on where you're at, really. I mean, the chances of running into that are slim to none. But if I'm on the Mexico-Arizona border, I would definitely be looking because I know they exist out there for intergrades. So, like, wherever I guess in the world you're at, if there's two species that crisscross, you'd have to look for it.
Hell yeah, man. Nice to meet you, Dylan. Or D's Balls and Exotics.
Yeah, I should have introduced D's because he does know his shit.
This is what I wanted to see. So yeah, I mean that kind of answers that. Bad eater, they're not sterile, so just luck of the draw, I guess.
I'm about to say been proven sterile. Proven not sterile?
Now I'm confused.
I'm so confused now. Yeah, Jake, you got me confused, bro. Hell yeah, he is, Amber. Hell yeah, he is.
The end of his sentence would make me think he meant to say they're not sterile, because how would you have produced something if they can't produce? I don't know.
By the way, just to set the record straight, this was supposed to be more of a fun thing than anything else. I don't know if anybody came in here hot and ready to fucking throw blows over fucking hybrids, but I really, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. People are gonna do what they do.
Yeah. Okay. So, boom. It is what they're not sterile. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I figured. I just don't want to. I've been making a lot of assumptions lately.
Yeah, no. Me and you have had this fun argument before, so I knew you didn't come in hot. But if anybody else did,
no. I mean, I'm genuinely interested. I'm genuinely interested in like the mindset of like the animosity towards people that do breed the hybrids and stuff. Like I don't get the hate so much, you know. And I mean, I do understand the people possibly mislabeling and ruining some pure lines and shit like that. Like I totally understand that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I get it. I just don't know that I would worry so much about that because it's out of my control. I can't control what other people do. So
I don't think it's going to be enough to matter. I mean, do you really think it matters right now? You know, how many times do hybrids come across? I know they're out there, but really, they're not interfering with anything. I mean, they're not popular enough. People don't. I mean, my experience is that they're not desired anyway. So I can't see them taking off and fucking a bunch of shit up.
I mean, I've seen enough colubrid hybrid projects out there to be concerned. Again, this is more, I guess, coming from me. My argument is going to be colubrids. And I have seen the misfortune of things getting crossed that shouldn't have been crossed, and a mistaken fucking snake found later down the road. You know, when you have a giant collection, you're not going to fucking catch everything. And unfortunately, when somebody tells you something and you take their word for it, you know, it's just, again, putting a lot of trust in people.
I think I know. Right. Where do you stand on this, Jacob? Are you pro or against hybrids? I thought you kind of liked them. I could be wrong though. I might be wrong. I feel like I'm wrong now. Now that I said that and it came out my mouth, I'm like, nah. I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like I misread someone else.
Yeah, I almost feel like, you know what, talking on the dwarf versus fucking mainland, like, yeah, it's almost hypocritical for me to shit on hybrids.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I get, yeah, it needs to be specified down to the species that you're talking about. Because again, I mean, if I were to show, look at that video, look at that integrate that I have in my hands. Like, if I didn't know exactly what I was looking at, I would have a hard time distinguishing that from like a cow king or a Mexican black king, depending on what side of the fence of like which animal you understand more and the integrates that goes into it and the different structures and so on and so forth.
Maybe that,
I mean, burn balls, you can fucking tell it's a burn ball, and I don't think you're ever going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to tell.
And I think that's my thing. I'm starting to understand a little bit more. When you're coming at it from the colubrid side, they are so similar looking that you can genuinely mis-ID them and fuck them up if you don't know that's what you did. Now it makes sense. Whereas I don't really come from the colubrid side of that kind of line of things. I come from the python side of hybrids. So it's like, looking at those, they're so wildly different. I don't see an issue, and I see them being more niche and popular in a sense, depending on which hybrid it is and kind of who's following what, you know. And I think the price point too. Like, I think if most hybrids are sitting somewhere between the $600 and under mark, I think they'll move a little bit quicker. But if they're $1,100-$1,200, I think it's going to be a hard ask for someone to spend that much money on a fucking one-off thing that they might not be that into.
Amber, do you not see the retic market? This has been an argument for fucking years, and it's still not to a point where it's like in a really good shape. But yeah, documentation's key. I mean, at the end of the day, especially with colubrids. I mean, berms and the other shit, like, I get it, but
The problem is you don't want to be like, as breeders, like especially of like kind of already risky reptiles when it comes to retics, especially in certain states and stuff like that. The last thing any of us want to do is put ourselves on a list or in a database of what we have for when they want to go ahead and ban those animals and then they want to track us down. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's on the breeders to hold that responsibility of documenting their own stuff.
I agree.
I don't know. That's just how I feel about that. That shit with the retics and the boas and all that shit that happened in Florida a few years ago, that had me feeling a completely different way about some nationalized database of like genetics and stuff like that. I don't think that's the future. I see that being very risky. Well, kind of, but not really, because they've been going for like 30 years. I mean, geologically speaking, in Earth, time frame for the planet Earth, that is a very, very small drop in the bucket. But 30 years has been going on for a minute.
Yeah, I agree.
That's generations. That's people that have bred, stopped breeding, and the next generation, and so on and so forth, a couple times.
What happened in Florida? Oh boy. So, what was it? FWC.
What's Florida? What FWC? What?
What are you talking about?
What?
Huh?
There's this thing. It's called Google, and you can check it in there. And you'll be like, "Hey, snakes, Florida, problem." I mean, those simple words, it'll probably pop it up. But basically, so the FWC went in there to exterminate some animals that weren't supposed to be there anymore. Particularly, I think it was retics at that time. And not only did they kill the retics, but they then killed a pregnant boa that was not on the banned species list at the time. So basically killed innocent animals. So,
and that boa project was fucking huge.
Boa project was huge, but the worst part is they were told several times what that snake was in that cage. It was labeled, written, and they still took it out and still killed it because they didn't know any better. And I think that's a pretty big problem that we have these people banning species that they can't even tell a difference between a boa and a retic.
They knew. No. They knew. They knew what the fuck they were doing, man. You can't tell me they didn't know what they were doing. The look on that dude's face, it's so fucking fake when they realized that they had done what they did. They're
Though I trust you, but I trust you, and I agree that they do. But even following their argument that they didn't know, that's still a problem. You are responsible for exterminating these animals in particular, and you don't even fucking know what they are by looking at them, and that's your job.
Yeah.
So either way, it's fucked up.
Fuck FWC.
Yeah. But that being said, hey guys, still work with the U.S. ARC and take our shit off the banned species list, especially the morphs and the hybrids and stuff like that, the retics. But still fuck.
Yeah, CD, you know. That my bad. Oh man, dude, just fucking even talking about that shit makes me so fucking
I started getting a little heat. That's why I didn't want to talk about it, but we did anyways.
Yeah, speaking of getting mad, I mean, let's shift gears for a minute, get away from the hybrids conversation and FWC. What's everyone's fucking take on Fear Factor's new bullshit they're doing?
Dude, that shit was that was rough to watch.
I was pretty fucking heated, man. Dude, why is that entertainment? Like, whether it's reptiles or not, even when they drop the rats, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you guys doing, man? Like, that is so uncalled for. Could you imagine, right? And I think this is where people get things fucked up. They don't put themselves in the animal's shoes, right? They just assume it's a dumb animal. Rats are extremely intelligent, extremely emotional animals. And I will fucking throw hands. This will be the hill I die on. I get that reptiles don't fully feel emotion, but until somebody shows me that they cannot feel any emotion at all, that they're truly sociopathic animals, they have something. They're going to feel something. There's going to be some sort of chemical reaction that's going to cause something that could be in their world or an emotion, right? I'm not saying they love like dogs, like that's not what I'm saying at all, but they have some sort of emotion. Put yourself in the fucking animal shoes. They're not just some dumb, derpy animal that doesn't know where they are and it's just like an inanimate object. Like people forget, put yourselves in the fucking shoes of the animal. How would you feel being shoved in this little fucking box and then dropped on an alien for all they know? Maybe this is the first human they've actually run into in this situation. Like, you'd be fucking scared. You wouldn't know what to do. You'd be traumatized. You would be all over the place. You'd probably never be the fucking same again. Like, the fuck is wrong with people, man?
Yeah.
Take 30 seconds and think about something beside yourself.
Yeah. Well, even the crested geckos, I mean, how many of them probably pop their tails off that didn't already have their tails off, that kind of shit. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they had a warrant. That was a bit of a gray area, but yeah, I would have taken one for the team for sure. And you know what? No, we can talk about that again. We briefly touched upon it, and Deez was like, yes, they're hybrids, they're integrades, but the floor is yours. I would like to hear your opinion in space on that, and then I'll either agree or disagree. But
that's true, man.
Agree. They feel something.
I would have too, D. I would have too.
Yeah.
And I'm the last person that's going to stand against law enforcement, but Jesus Christ, man. Fucking kill my animals. It's a whole new ball game. Do we know?
Yeah, that would have been a rough experience for sure.
Probably fucking prehistoric death, bro. Let's be real. Like, sorry, not sorry. If anybody in here likes Jay, I don't give a fuck. I hate that dude. But probably prehistoric death or something along those lines of the big fucking box breeders that don't give a fuck.
Dollars to donuts. It was Jay. I would have to agree. I think they are hybrids as well. I think they're more towards the line of like a natural intergrade in a sense. But I do think that a hybrid classification would be correct for them as well. I do agree with that. So we did agree.
I would say intergrade / high. Well, not. I guess you can't really say intergrade. So somebody, D, correct me if I'm wrong. An intergrade is a hybrid, right? You can say that, but it's a natural occurring hybrid. It's not like a burn ball where you're not going to see it in the wild, right? A bad eater is an intergrade where it naturally happens. You can find them with no human intervention. It is the way it's been explained to me of what an intergrade versus a hybrid is. Hybrid's created by man. Intergrade is naturally occurring. Yeah. So, technically, I mean, are the islands far enough away that you say it couldn't happen? That a mainland couldn't drift its way to the island, or the island snakes couldn't drift their way to the mainland?
We'll touch on that in a second. But no, I mean, there is that argument. Like, are we talking? Is each island its own species or subspecies? So if a Madu crosses into a Kalatoa or a Karampa or vice versa, whatever way you want to word it, are those hybrids? Because if those are definitely probably natural integrades. Those islands are very close. It would, easy storms, that kind of shit drifting across would definitely happen. I would think. Now maybe like a Jampea island to a Kalatoa. I don't know, maybe. I don't know how actually close. I'm just looking on a map and, 30 miles or so doesn't seem that far, but maybe it is. I'm not that smart to know if that would be a thing, but if that's what we're talking about, or are we just literally talking about like mainlands or like Sulawesi's just crossing with any of those Jampeanis, island localities? I guess it depends on what level and perspective we're kind of asking that question with the integrades, and is it natural? And I thought Burmese pythons and reticulated pythons do have crossing, overlapping territories, do they not? Am I wrong?
Oh, fuck. I meant to touch on this tonight. Put a fucking bookmark in that one. Damn it. We're going to talk about that because, I love this conversation.
Which one? I'm sorry, I missed it. I was reading some other ones.
I think with not only breeders making hybrids, but weather changes and human destruction of environments. We will see more natural hybrids in the future as we keep destroying wildlife habitats, which I actually have an example of that.
It's a fucking beautiful transition because I had a topic about that I wanted to bring up. So you go first, Levi, but don't let me forget.
I'm not going to. I will pass it on.
You guys in the comments, don't let me forget either.
So, I guess, so it's different species that mix. That's a hybrid, and then subspecies that mix are intergrades. Maybe that. Okay, I think I don't know. Anyway, so we'll just fucking call them hybrids. For the sake of just getting the shit out of my head. There are places in California that have been wiped out, and certain localities of king snakes and gopher snakes have either damn near gone extinct or are extinct. But there are some intergrades that hybrids that people have been able to find to bring the locality back. So it's where was I going with that? Fuck. God damn it.
Well, the topic was like hybrids be in the future because the habitat destruction, weather change, and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, where we've had to continue the line of the hybrid to get that locality back into the try to get it as pure as possible.
Right. Yeah. So hold on.
Yes, I agree. We'll probably destroy borders and fucking get animals to mix that have never mixed before. I think that was in response to you.
Yeah, I asked that question if they had overlapping ranges. I think could be labeled like localities. I think could be so. But are you talking like the Madu Kalatoa cross being labeled as a hybrid?
See, I could throw my colubrid brain in this hat, right, and kind of mix up the opinion. I could agree with that because it wouldn't. I don't know scientifically to the definition of a hybrid, but you're changing the natural occurrence of the animal. Like, let's say a San Diego gopher snake versus a just a traditional, let's say, like LA County. The San Diego is significantly smaller than the LA County. So when you mix them, you're going to get a larger animal. You're changing the San Diego. That's a hybrid, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think with the localities, it's a little bit nuanced. Like, part of me really does think that, like, maybe more likely Madu, Kalatoa, and Karampa are probably, like, genetically speaking, probably are the same animals, and then just have like these polygenic traits that are more strong per island. But what I think where it stretches out is like Jampayas, Coyotes, Tombolongans, Slayer. I think now you start throwing one of those three islands in with Jampayas, that's where I think the hybrid term really comes into effect, for me at least. I feel like those three localities are so close and so small that it doesn't seem unfeasible that they couldn't have and are intermixing constantly for hundreds of years. So that would be my personal opinion, but I'm no scientist. I just play one on TV.
Ooh, so in the argument, Hulls Creek burn balls aren't hybrids.
Yeah, the problem with like definitions and stuff like that, especially when it comes to science and animals and species, is they're always changing and always evolving.
Yeah, and see, now I'm even further more confused because I never got the answer to like intergrade versus hybrid, even though they are from completely different continents. Well, with that argument, a fucking milk snake and a king snake cross wouldn't be a hybrid. They're both Lionopropeltas, but they're different animals.
Yeah, I get that
and that shit's a monstrosity. Knock the fuck off. Whoever's breeding those, knock it off. I will crash the fuck out on that. Leave the milk snakes and king snakes fucking separated.
What is it? What is it?
Stop mixing milk snakes and king snakes together. Goddamn it! Just because they're both Lionopropeltas doesn't make it okay. They look dumb too. It's not like a burn ball where it looks fucking cool. They look dumb. You're fucking ruining it.
I hate the term milk snake, to be honest with you. I fucking hate that term.
I love the term milk snake. It makes them seem so sweet and innocent. Then you get them and they're not so sweet and innocent.
They don't look anything like milk.
Oh my god, really? That's the that's what we're fucking
Mexican black king snake. It's in the fucking name what it looks like, huh?
Yeah, actually.
Say who?
Come on. Lanthos. Smoothie snakes. Let's go.
I like it.
It's gonna be my life mission to start a smoothie line of fucking milk snakes.
They don't even look like them. Clip it. Post.
I mean, there's some pure white lamper pelts out there that look like fucking could look like milk.
Hey, I'm just fucking around, but I really don't like the name. I think it makes them sound like fucking pussies. They should be tough like a king snake. I mean, they are. They should be called something tougher than milk, okay? What the hell is softer than milk? That's literally what you call soft people. You call them milk. All right?
I thought we called them butter. I never heard the term
how do you
softer
make
than
butter? Where does butter come from?
Fuck. Damn, that's a argument. That's a good argument.
I just call them pussies. I like it. I fucking like it. I like it. Me too.
So these are people, bro. Guess I'm old school. Everyone has different opinions on what each locality is. The real question is, each locality is listed as subspecies.
I'm open to them being their own subspecies. Totally open to that. Again, I'm just saying, personally, I feel like those three localities, I find it hard to believe that those are like three different genetics. I think we're agreeing to a certain extent, but I am also very open and very willing to be wrong. I'm very willing and very open to them being their own subspecies, and I would be completely on board. I would not fight with it at all. That would be my opinion. That's my assumption, my hypothesis. Again, I'm no scientist. I just play one on TV.
I guess, okay, so the question is scientifically, how would we prove that, right? Would we need blood testing? Could we reach out to Rare Genetics? Have them start working on that if we really, obviously somebody's got to fucking fund it, but if we really wanted to know if it's crucial to the hobby at some point, which, I mean, maybe it will be, right? Maybe we need to know A, B, and C or this.
I'll throw tree fitty on it. Yeah, I mean, it would just take probably someone putting a lot of money and investing, providing a lot of genetics and stuff like that. But to be fair, there's always going to be arguments on whether the animals in which they're getting the genetics from were already pure to begin with. At least a handful, I would imagine, if not more than a handful. I think most people could agree with that.
Right. And I mean, correct, again, fucking newbie here, right? Is there any actual physical formation differences between a super dwarf and a mainland? Obviously size, right? Duh, size. But skull structure, teeth count, scale count, tail formation of the tail, bone structure. Is there any physical difference other than size?
Yeah. Yeah, and actually kind of previewing, I will show that when I do my collection breakdown. I got animals that show specifically in the head structure question that you're asking. I can show you, and it's pretty obvious between one animal versus another that, yeah, I would say the head structure and stuff is definitely different. Now, when it comes to scales on the head, I think that's like an 80%, 90% accuracy type situation. I think there's always that freak animal that can have a weird scale thing that happens on their head. So I don't think it's as dependable, but it's definitely a factor that can be used, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to use a pure Coyote as my example, just so you know.
Now, our Coyote and Jamp's head's different.
From what I understand, this guy's head example is the example of the Jampanius subspecies head structure, so they would be very much similar.
Define difference in berm and dwarf berm. One's bigger than the other. Duh. Get with the program here, Amber. Come on. Where have you been?
One fucking hung around with Snow White and the other friends, okay? And then the other ones didn't.
I thought dwarf berms were found in a very specific area. Right? It's
I believe the localities, yes.
Where did D's go? Damn it. This is a D's question.
D's nuts.
I was told, I can't remember who told me, that there's not truly a dwarf berm, but it's a dwarf rock python. It's a fucking, what is it, Sri Lankan? Right? I don't know the accuracy in that. I'm not saying the fact. Don't fucking nobody quote me on that. Fucking hold me to it. That's just something I was told. I don't know shit about berms.
I don't understand the reference to one of those comments. Okay.
Huh?
What? What?
I'm gonna let that one slide. You don't want to go comparing careers, homeboy. I don't think
Me too.
anybody... All right.
Hey, on board with that. I would too. I would like some research done into it so we could prove things out, test hypothesis, and move information and knowledge forward like you do.
Yeah, see, like this is a healthy conversation. Fucking go hire me shitting on hybrids. I like it because this is where I think the hobby gets away from, right? Is not not doing the fucking, what am I looking for? What's the word? Like nitty gritty research into it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Ha, there he is. Dwarf berms and circles. Okay, they are different. Okay. Now, oh wait, no, that's not these. But Jeg knows. So help me understand that, right? Because I was told that the dwarf berm never truly existed, that it was mistaken for the Lankins.
Take us to class, sir. Take us to class.
Yeah, so, and again, this is just what I was told. Like the fucking scaleless ball pythons that Earl fucking put me on game on. Like, again, this is just what I've heard. I'm not saying this is fact. I'm just, somebody put me on game.
Yeah, that explains it. I get it now. Totally. That cleared it up for sure.
Well, he's given the
I know, I'm just fucking around.
Oh.
I'm allowed to fuck around, all right?
Okay, so they are two different. Okay.
But is the Sri Lankan a smaller berm as well?
Or is it a rock?
Or is it just locality? Is there like confusion that's going on?
I was just typing that decent. Yeah, so is the Sri Lankan truly a berm? I guess. Let's start there. No, totally different species. Okay.
No. Okay.
Wait,
no,
are you still confused?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Because I was curious about that. When I was told that, I was like, I don't know. I've heard some things, but again, I'm not a berm person, so don't let me speak for the berms.
No. I don't know shit about berms. I just I like to learn new stuff. I had just, honestly, to be completely fair, I had just heard like some shit about the Sri Lankans fairly recently. They were not in my world at all in my head at all. I just knew about dwarf worms. So Sri Lankan is a new one for me. I learned something new today. Post pictures or you're not cool. Post pictures and you're cool. Post pictures and you're cool.
Well,
That's
if you were here for the beginning of the fucking podcast,
point.
My argument is fucking
have
colubrids,
discussion.
not fucking pythons. And yes, I still stand 10 toes on that. They suck. And yes, it is two
Obviously-
different fucking species being crossed together. It's not the fucking
Yeah.
subspecies or whatever the fucking argument is.
Yeah, and that's where I think there are gray areas with like subspecies and stuff like that. Because like, I feel like you can definitely have kind of opinions now. If you want to say they technically are, sure, cool, that's fine. But I think it's fine to have healthy discussions and open that up. I mean, gets people talking and chatting, which is kind of the point.
Berms used to be under. Okay. It's all starting to make okay. It's all coming together.
Wait. They got reclassified?
I can't say that I knew 100% on that, but I did hear something about that. My buddy Frank was telling me something about
I didn't
this.
think that was possible. I didn't think things could change or be reclassified and become new things.
Oh, it happens all the time with colubrids, man. Welcome Eastern fucking rat snakes, bro.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Welcome to the waters, bro. Every so often, bro, they'll throw out their black rat snake, gray rat snake, black rat snake, gray rat snake.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, that's fine.
They dropped the Morales years ago. Okay. Now, I imagine there was some kind of study that went into it, right? Like there was something about the genetic makeup in gray to black rat snakes or something. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to right now?
All right.
Now it is Python. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but I get you, D. I get you. Shit.
That is wild. All right. I mean, so we cleared a lot of things up on the hybrid topic, I think. We really reinvented the wheel here, boys. Good job. Everyone involved.
Again, it was more of like it's supposed to be a fun conversation. I mean, for those that don't know how the internet works, yes, the fucking thumbnail was very clickbaity.
Yeah. And I really like having engaging conversations and hearing other people's opinions. I think it's a way to do things. So,
oh, bro, go back to fucking. I'm just getting warmed up, man. As soon as I understand what the hell I'm talking about with Retics, it's game on.
Yeah.
I do. I crash the fuck out. Anybody that wants to see a good old Levi crash out, go back to the Sexing and Flexing days. Shout out to Chris.
For sure.
Putting my shit on a fucking weekly basis. Jesus, man. I
Absolutely.
gotta send us some shit. Oh, these knows. I gotta send us some shit.
What do we have on the docket for next week, boys?
We got Lucas coming on. We're talking about size of retics.
Oh, sweet.
That's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited for that one.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Size is a fun one because I don't know. I'll give a little sneak preview, right? Because I don't have a dog in the race. I don't fucking care. I know it's a huge thing. I'm not saying anybody else shouldn't care, but I don't care. I love the Maitland. I love the dwarf. I love the super dwarf. I love my pathetic tiny little fucking shoelace colubrids. I love my fucking big ass gopher snakes. I love fucking caribos. I love fucking Ganysomas. So I'm all over the fucking place. Size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Study high, get high scores. Haven't y'all seen how high?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Fuck yeah. I appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah.
Levi, I love your hybrids too. Kiss my ass.
We need to
not
get you that hybrid suck hat.
Yeah.
We'll get that.
Walk around the expos. I guarantee I get fucking
Yeah.
some conversations going that way. What about the pygmy? What about it? Now I'm confuzzled.
Like,
Hey,
the
Deez,
people?
you know what? That is what she said, all right? At least that's
Like-
what matters.
Like the pygmy people? I think they go by Puckwins now. I don't know. I'll keep my eye on you.
Pygmy. My job is done. All right, we're going to end it on that,
All right.
boys.
All
Been a
right,
great
boys.
episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Deez,
Thank
it was
you all
nice
for the-
seeing you again, brother.
Yep. Thank you all for the reactions. And D, nice meeting you, everyone. Hey, we'll see you next week.
We out. Let me hit this end button.